Frustration is starting to set in 5 days after that snow started falling. Nova Scotians are going to have to wait a little while longer until all the roads are clear of those historic levels of snow. Here's what it looks like in the hardest hit areas in Cape Breton. Residents are being asked, please stay inside your homes. This is to make way for emergency vehicles who are trying to get rid of that snow and clear the roads. They're also trying to restore some critical services. Mayor Amanda McDougall-Merrill is joining us this morning from Cape Breton. And Mayor, first of all, I've seen you hit a couple of times. I'm assuming this is inside your home. What does it look like outside of your house?
Oh, it's just unending snow. Thankfully, last night we had a friend come by and with his tractor and actually free us from our driveway. So that's incredible. But the banks, they're over me. They're over my head. And I'm 5'7", so
wow,
it's insane. It's just so much snow. And even like looking from the front of my house, when cars go by, you can only see the roof of the car because the banks are so high.
That's wild. Well, we know that more than 150 centimeters, and I was thinking feet, so I'd calculated that. That's almost 5 feet of snow that fell. And as you're saying, once you start pushing that snow out of the way, it's, probably 6 feet tall or more. So what is the biggest urgency for your crews today? What are they working on first? What have they prioritized?
Yeah, so the goal right now is to get roads passable. So we know that most of our main arteries and main thoroughfares are open. Starting to work on those side streets, people might say, hey, why did that plow just take one swoop and go? We're just trying to get roads passable right now. There's such a heavy abundance of snow that our gear is really, really struggling trying to move it. I also want to acknowledge, I know it sucks when the plow goes by and after all of that shoveling, the end of the driveway is filled in, but folks, our plow drivers, they're working nonstop. They are true earth angels. They're doing their absolute best.
Are you having to bring in crews from outside?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do know that the provincial government have a whole slate of graders, plower, like everything that you can name coming in. It's just slowly making its way up because in Nova Scotia, we're not the only ones who have been hit by this snow. We've got other communities. They might not have gotten 150 centimeters, but like Antigonish and Pictou, they're still digging out as well. So it's hard to reallocate all that gear. But yeah, it's look, it's like nothing I've ever been through. And we went through Fiona. We've had black widow spiders on buses at one point. But yeah, we have a list right now through our 311 system that had over 600 calls for service from residents in 2 days.
Well, you've set this up really nicely for me that you obviously need some outside help. And typically in a situation like this, you look to the provincial government. Now, Premier Tim Houston has apologized for criticizing you for calling this local state of emergency. For our viewers who missed it, here he is with CTV's Todd Battis yesterday.
What I was trying to say, and I didn't say it very well, and I certainly I feel very bad about that, is that nobody was waiting to spring into action until that was made.
What's your response to that, Mayor?
I understand that he is very sorry. I did have an opportunity to speak to the Premier yesterday. I don't think his words right there are entirely correct. So yes, snow removal and mobilization was happening across the province because there was a weather system. What's incorrect is without having the state of local emergency in place, we can't put forward things that we call requests for assistance. These are extraordinary requests for assistance. So on the first day, what we did was we put a request for assistance in for as much support from both the provincial and federal government for snow removal material. Our second request for assistance was human beings, human resources, to help dig people out because we have thousands of people that are stuck in their house. Yeah. They literally cannot open doors. They can't exit. We now have the good news that because of that request for assistance that we had under our state of local emergency, 200 Coast Guard cadets who reside here are starting to mobilize and are going to be going out and helping residents be able to exit their homes.
I love that. So the cadets you've called the cadets into gear. Really quickly, how much of your snow budget has been used up just with this storm?
This is one of those situations where with the state of local emergency, we're allowed to work outside of our procurement and borrowing policy. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter right now. We just need to get people out of their homes. We need to get our community accessible again. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about human beings.
All right. Well, Mayor, I appreciate you taking the time. I know it's busy there. I'm sorry that you're also stuck in your house. Glad the tractors came to plow you out a little bit. Thanks for joining us this morning.
No, take good care. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.